Have you ever watched someone else take credit for all your hard work? During my first year of high school, my best friend and I were paired together for a huge science project worth almost half our grade. I spent weeks researching, building the presentation, and designing every slide. Every time I asked him to help, he'd smile and say, "I'll do it tomorrow." Tomorrow never came. The night before the presentation, he messaged me asking if everything was finished. I stayed up until 2 a.m. putting the final touches on the project because I didn't want us to fail. I figured we'd present it together, and at least we'd both get a good grade after all the effort I'd put in. The next morning, before I could even stand up, my partner walked straight to the front of the classroom. For the next 10 minutes, he confidently presented the entire project as if it had been his own idea. He explained my research, showed my slides, and answered questions using notes I had written the night before. When he finished, the class clapped. The teacher smiled and congratulated him on all the hard work. After class, everyone crowded around telling him how impressive the presentation had been. He accepted every compliment without mentioning my name once. I just stood there quietly because I couldn't believe what had happened. A week later, our teacher announced one final group project before the end of the semester. My partner immediately came over, smiled, and said, "We're working together again, right?" I smiled back and said, "Sure." This time, however, I decided things were going to be very different. The night before the deadline, he finally messaged me asking for the finished presentation. I replied, "I thought you were making it." He laughed because he thought I was joking. Then he realized I wasn't. Suddenly he started sending message after message, but I didn't reply. The next morning we walked into class with nothing to hand in. When the teacher asked where our project was, my partner immediately looked at me, expecting me to save him again. Instead, I stayed completely silent and let him explain why there was nothing to submit. He finally admitted, "I thought they were doing everything." The teacher looked at him for a moment before asking one simple question. "What exactly did you contribute?" The classroom went completely silent. My partner opened his mouth but couldn't think of a single answer. After class, the teacher apologized to me for assuming we'd shared the work equally on the first project. From that day on, every group had to submit a record showing who completed each task. My partner never asked to work with me again, and nobody ever took credit for my work after that.